Hard times have set in on the small rural town of Baxter Springs. With the closing of the area's largest employer, the mine, citizens were growing hungry with the lack of money to even buy themselves food. Then the local church pastor had an idea: put his little country farm to work to support his flock. This is the story of the church.
Welcome in, everyone, to the early morning hours here in November. We got up bright and early this morning because we have a lot to get done here in the month of November. We've got to plant our main field that was corn last time around. We're going to plant that in wheat. And we need to finish getting this plowed up so we can go get a potato planter and plant potatoes in this field. So I'm glad you could join me today. Kind of a cold morning. It was snowing a little bit earlier, but thankfully it has stopped. We don't want snow on the ground when we're trying to plow it up. But I will get this field finished up, and then we will run to the dealership to find a potato planter and pick up some seed to plant the wheat field. So thanks for joining us. Well, now that we got that last field all plowed up and ready for potatoes, grab our trailer up here and use it to, hopefully it'll be big enough to get our seeder on the back of for our potato planter. I also need to get a pallet of potatoes to be able to seed it. The one they have is actually small enough that we should be able to just use our little Massey Ferguson tractor to do it. Then we can get the guy from town to come out and he can seed the wheat field as we work on the potatoes. I really like the idea of doing potatoes. The only thing is, I don't know how we're going to have enough equipment, at least big enough tractors, to be able to harvest it. So I might have to look into finding something smaller to harvest our potatoes with, because we have $20,000 and we're going to be spending a little bit of that as soon as we get to the dealership. So we won't have much left. But, by the time they're ready, maybe we'll have some other income available. So let me run into the dealership and pick up some new equipment. This is our new potato planter for $1,500. The shop plays music, so I try not to get too close to that because I don't want it to cause an issue with our stream. So that's our new potato planter, just a little 2-row, 1.9 meters. I'll grab some potato seed and also some wheat seed. I'm hoping I can use this forklift here to be able to pick up our planter and load it. Looks like it's not going to work. I'm probably going to just have to, well, there it goes. Maybe there's a way. I can hit it just right. Yeah, perfect. That'll work. Yeah, I'm glad I brought this trailer. It should work a little better. I got 2 pallets of wheat seed and then the 1 tote of potatoes. I think that should be enough. I mean, it's not too big of a potato field. There. I'll get the rest of this loaded up and then we will head back to the farm. There we go, last pallet of seed. Over $950 a pallet. I think that's going to be more than enough to plant our wheat field. This out of the way. Nope. All right. Let's see if I can get these strapped in right. Not sure if that. Hopefully that'll stay fine. Another strap. Not quite reaching, but I think it'll work. Looks like it's going to stay put. All right. Get back in the farm and get to planting. Here we are. We arrived safely back to the farm. Had a little trouble on one of the bridges that you go across. There's a river you cross, and the tongue on this is just low enough that it wanted to pull me off into the river. We made it. Let's get this thing unstrapped. And then we're gonna have to use some strength to get this thing off. There's no other, oops, wrong button. No other way to really do it. Since I don't have a loader of my own. Drop it there. There we go. Now we can grab the New Holland, and I think I'll hook it up to the Massey's seeder. Get it loaded up with some wheat seed, and then get course play set up, and then we'll have that hired hand come out and plant our big field, and then we'll get in the little Massey tractor and start planting some potatoes. Just remember that I forgot to get some fertilizer. I forgot this seeder will actually fertilize at the same time. I'm not sure if I should go get some fertilizer or just fertilize it later. So we're going to have to fertilize it once by ourselves anyhow. The seeder is actually a little bit bigger than I think we really need on the farm. A good sized drill. Alright, filled up here. Take quite a bit of that one pallet. See if I can get it to work in the field without having the fertilizer in it. Well, I did have to buy a pallet of fertilizer, just had it delivered instead of running to town. They wouldn't let it go without. And now everything seems to be working fine with that. It's only half full of fertilizer. It's as far as the one pallet would reach, but it's enough to get him started. Then we will go over here and start trying to get the potatoes going. I love this little Massey Ferguson tractor. Not sure what year it would be, but it's an older one. I think this little potato planter says it is a 1984. Which I think that looks a little older than that with the metal wheels, but I'm pretty sure on the back it's, I guess maybe it doesn't say 1984 on it. It must have just been in when it was in the shop. You could pick what year it was, and the oldest it would go was 1984. Trying to get just the potatoes without getting too close to the seed and putting seed in it. Alright, let's get back to that back field. Now we can start planting potatoes. Alright. I'm not going to plant it all, I don't think. Let's see how many we can get. Alright, seed's going down, so we must be doing something right. Kind of a slow go, though. Get about 4 miles per hour. But it does go through seed pretty quick. It's a small hopper. Not sure who would be done first, me or the hired hand. Not sure as many times I got to run back and forth to get potatoes to plant with. I'm sure he'll probably get done before me. But like I said, I doubt we're going to plant all of this in potatoes. Quite a little bit. And then knowing that we're going to have to try to find some kind of harvester to work with our little tractors, I don't think we're going to go too much. I mean, we could always lease some equipment. I'll have to look on the mod hub to see if there's anything kind of in the inexpensive category. There we go. I'll get some of this seeded up, and then we'll run and get more seed until we're out. I'm not so sure, but we might actually have enough seed to do this whole field. I think our tote in the back of the pickup's about half full still. So we are doing really good with this. I like how the faster you go, the faster those chains, pull the potatoes out. I did turn it up a little bit so that I can plant a little faster. We're getting through this field pretty quick. This little tractor. Not sure how the other guy's going. Oh, he's still got a ways to go. He started the other end, so. Still got a lot of weeds out here I want to get rid of. I had a comment on I believe it was our first episode of the church, where a lady was talking about what we should do, how we harvested the cornfield and we had straw left over. Well, we could have actually collected that straw and gave it to somebody in need. So I think the next time we do that, we're going to keep the straw and be able to donate it to maybe a farmer that doesn't have enough feed for his cattle or enough bedding for them. So, and then hopefully someday we will have cattle on our farm. Right now, we're just doing a couple crops, and then we do have the chickens. They did lay a lot of eggs. We got a lot of baby chicks right now, but not really worth anything. I think they're $1 a piece last I looked. That's That's not going to go very far. So right now we'll just keep the chickens. Maybe we can try to find a butcher to be able to butcher the chickens, get some meat out of it. But I will continue planting this field until we're out of potatoes, and then we'll go check on the other guy and help him finish up. This one pallet of potatoes has definitely gone a lot farther than I thought it would. Last I checked, our other planter is about out of fertilizer. We're going to have to go buy another pallet of that for him. See, we still have some potatoes left. We haven't even gone through the whole thing, and we're just about done here. Might come back, since he's still going to be busy, and try to mow some of these weeds out of here. And I'm not sure if we will bale it right away, or I guess we don't have a baler, but I'm not sure if we will pick it up right away or just leave it, just to try to get the weeds down. There's just so many weeds out here, you can't really see to turn around. Ramming all over these bushes. Get through there and at least get rid of the brush. Yeah, well, this will just about do it for this field. Come back one more time, and still gonna have seed in this too. Not sure how far our property line goes that way. We'll still have all these trees eventually to get rid of. One comment we got on this is another gentleman is playing on this map, and he actually took the tree devourer. I remember what the name of it is right off. He brought it out here and just ground these up into wood chips. Since the trees don't cut down really easy, so we might actually do that. We might just get the tree grinder out here and chop all these up. Wood chips, sell that, make some money off of those. Could still buy a sawmill or some kind of equipment to be able to turn stuff into furniture. That'd be a really nice project to do. But yeah, he's got a ways to go. He might be close to half done. Let me go put this away, and then we will go to the greenhouse, and we got to take care of things there. That looks like he needs refilled, so first I guess we will bring in some more fertilizer for him. There we go, some more fertilizer. Let's see, that might be enough to finish it, I'm hoping. So that's $1,400 per pallet. I don't want to get another one of those if I don't have to. So we'll probably buy the next one in bulk, so we can spread it for the whole field. Figure better fill that up. Get him back in the field, and then we will go tend to the greenhouse. Alright, let's see what we produced over the last month. Wow, looks like quite a bit of tomatoes and lettuce. This auto load thing's going to work here for us. I never remember what button to push. Let me turn on the cheat. There, I think I got it there. Now it's loading all of them. Get them all in one pass. Sure, the best price is probably going to be the next town over. We need to make some money in this episode, because right now we're just spending a lot. That pallet don't look quite right, but hey, it's all on there. Strap it in so they don't fall off. Make sure nothing else spawns in while we're here. Looks good. Check the prices and go to the highest paying place. Yes, Lizard Logistics is definitely the best paying place still, which is the next town over, so that's where we're going to go. Got quite a little bit in here, so I think we should have a pretty good income, which we kind of need to make a little bit of extra money. We spent some money in this episode getting that new potato planter and different seed. Of course, his wages are going to be pretty good today, too, with paying for him to plant that whole thing. Of course, it's still $1,000 to pay the employee up at the greenhouse. We're going to have to probably purchase another production in the near future. Get more work for the people in town. I don't like these bridges, though, because the hitch likes, or not the hitch, but the, just bounces. When the landing gear hits it. I can do it coming back off, too. And the next bridge doesn't have the side rails. Oh, now we're stuck. take off, go really quick off it so it doesn't catch us. There we go. All right, let's get to the next bridge. This is the bridge that always gets me. Went across it one time. I wasn't recording at that moment, but it caught just right and put the pickup right off into the water. And it's deep enough down there that I had to reset it. There's just not much clearance. I wish I could raise it just a little bit, but this pickup doesn't have that option. Whew. There, made it across. We'll get to town and get these sold. Maybe someday we'll be big enough to actually be able to buy a semi to haul stuff in, so we don't look so foolish backing in this dock with our little bitty flatbed pickup. There's taking it already. See what we get out of it. There, $25,328. Not too bad for a 1 month supply. We'll get back, get that field finished up. Looks like he is almost finished. Doesn't have too much left. So I'll go back here and I will mow some of this as he's finishing up that field. This is mostly just to get rid of all this brush. Try to make it look a little better. We'll probably, collect it. We don't have a bunker silo, so we can't really turn it into silage. We can still at least make this look good. We could still come out here and ted it to actually turn it into hay. So if we do get cattle in the future, we will have something to feed them right away. So that'd probably be the smartest thing to do. Just build a little building to put loose hay in. Like I said, I don't know exactly how far over this property line goes. I think the neighbor would really care if I mow up his field, since there's really no use for it. I probably should get that tree. I think it's called the tree devourer. Get it at least. You could always buy it. I think it was $25,000. It's not a whole lot of money. If we had it, we could get rid of these trees that are in the way and make a little bit more use out of this back pasture back here. But I will mow this, and once it's done, I'm sure he will be pretty much done with this field, and then we can call it a night. Looks like we got done about the same time he's going to get done. This way, and we're going to go grab the rake and rake up that little bit of grass we done. And I did look up on the map. We do own a lot more property back there than I thought. We got plenty of room. I think next month is December. It's going to start getting cold. I think we'll probably get that tree devourer and actually chop up and get some wood chips and then sell that, make some profit off of it. We should have enough money to we could buy it, but I think we'll probably just lease it. We won't use it for too long. We'll also need to get a wagon that we can blow the wood chips into. So right now that little gravity flow wagon's not going to work good for wood chips. Use that. We already have our little cattle trailer, so we don't even need to buy a cattle trailer for when we do have cattle. But with this, we will keep this hay, so when we get cattle, we will have feed for them. I'm going to rake this real quick, then we'll get that tractor put away, and then get up here with our pickup wagon, collect the hay that we're going to get, and then if I have enough money, we're going to buy a little building to be able to put this hay in. Let me get this tedded and raked. It looks like we're going to get more than one load out of it this time. We're going to have to put in some kind of a building to be able to keep it in this thing for too long. Got to come back and finish picking up the rest of this. Probably going to be full by the time we get to the end here. Yes. All right. Well, let's see what we have to choose from. I think it'd be under silos. I know I do have some. Those are like fermenting silos, but these little bitty loose shaft, grass, and hay. Ooh, $80,000. Hopefully there's a smaller one. Oh yeah, they get smaller. So they don't get that small. 40,000. I don't even have enough for the small one. Might just have to hold on to this for a little bit. There's rooftop storage. Oh, potato silo. That's kind of neat. 15,000. We might need that when we harvest our potatoes. I know some of these will hold it. Well, here we go. Pre-crop manure. No, just a couple there. It's 25,000. A lot cheaper. Of course, this one will hold quite a bit. Actually, I think we already have one of those. I wonder if we could just put this in our main silo. Let's go up there and find out. Well, look at that. It will take it. Perfect. I mean, it won't be the most realistic. At least we'll have a place to store it and not have to spend any money to do it. So I'll drop this off, and then we'll go collect the rest of it and then get our tractor out of the field. Well, now it's decided it's going to start raining on us. Now that we've got everything finished up, I think this is a good time to park the tractor and go in the house and sleep for the night. So I will see you guys in the morning. Well, happy Sunday morning to ya. Time for church, so we'll get in the pickup here. Start headed into church. Yesterday, we sold $25,328 worth of products. So that'll be $2,533 in tithes. We are paying $1,000 to the manager at the greenhouse. And then our wages from yesterday, or this past week, was $532. So after those were subtracted off, that left us $34,511 in our bank account. Well, that should do it here in Baxter Springs on this episode of The Church. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it.